Hello, my name is Ann Smith. This presentation is about creating the index for the book Lest We Forget the Melungeon Colony of Newman's Ridge. This is for the LIS Class 8230 at Wayne State, fall semester 2013. This book was written by Jim Callahan and published in 2000 by Overmountain Press. A little bit about the book. It is published locally by Overmountain Press, about 20 miles down the road from where I work. Overmountain Press publishes generally local history interest material. They use a lot of local authors. Plenty of research goes into each book, but it's published for a local audience. You can consider it academic. It could be used with some academic work, but generally it's a local high interest history topics that they publish. Description of the book. It has 255 pages. It is published for a local audience, like I said. Did some searching at local colleges and checked the school-wide card catalog. It is in most places because here the local colleges do have studies of local East Tennessee history courses in their history majors that focus on partially on Melungeons at least. The goal of my project, I wanted to gain experience as an indexer. That is why I took this class. It sounded like an interesting thing, and the project obviously was going to give me experience as an indexer. I wanted to create an index for this book because number one, the topic was interesting. Number two, it did not have an index. And number three, I do know the publishers at Overmountain Press. And when I started the project, I thought if I like this process of indexing books, I can approach the publisher with my index as a Okay, so once I decided to do the index, I had some decisions to make. The most important one was who the intended audience was for this book. I did some searching for Melungeons in academic terms, using academic databases, using local college search engines. I searched through our school district's OPAC catalog, and I searched. Okay, three major challenges I had while creating this index. First of all, we're identifying the present location of historical sites. This book goes all the way back to ancient Greece and Phoenicia and ancient civilizations. It also has many Native American towns and villages and tribes that I've never heard of, and trying to find their locations in a present day setting proved a challenge. Changes for the next time I do an indexing project of this nature, especially if I'm going to index further for Overmountain Press and this local history publisher. I would like to read the entire text before beginning. As I worked through this, I would read a chapter, I'd go back and index that chapter. I'd read the next chapter and index that chapter. But as I got 3 or 4 or 5 chapters into it, I noticed that what I thought was important in earlier chapters, just within the context of that chapter, was not. In conclusion, in creating this index, lots of my challenges revolved around finding the current locations for very old geographic locations. Old Stone Fort. Well, where was Old Stone Fort? It could have been one of many things. Understanding the many Native American tribes that are mentioned. There were tribes that I had never even heard of, and understanding their importance in the role and where to put